everyone out there, all you designers, ooh, you are lucky.
Well, thank
With
you.
us today is Erin from Designs. How are you, madam?
I am so good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm, living my best life.
Always good.
Always good. Always good. Every day above ground, every day where I get to work with incredible people, fulfilling what I feel is truly my purpose.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah.
All right, madam. So here we are today. And one of the most amazing things about you, which I really cannot, there's such a list, and I'll try not to brag on you too much, is you're here because you're going to share some of your story. And a part of that, and I just want everyone to just brace yourself, is that you have over 22,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. And that is no small feat. That is a hard work, planning, strategy, action, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And do you want to share a little bit about yourself and just about where you are and living
Sure.
your best life?
Yeah, and where I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life in Minnesota. So, interior designer, based in Minnesota. We specialize in remodels and new builds, along with furniture as well. Um, and yeah, we came across you guys and have been living our best life ever since. Yeah.
Well, Erin, let's just dive in. Would you
Yeah.
tell us what business was like for you before we started working together? Can you share some of your frustrations or your goals or what was going on?
Yeah. So, I have always been a solopreneur. I do have a little bit of, I have financial help. I have an accountant, a CPA, that kind of thing. But in-house, it's always been myself. And a lot of what I have done, the business I have built, has been, in a sense, piecemealing things together.
Mm.
So I thought I had it all under control, but I knew there were some pain points. Uh, and actually, in my previous business, I worked for a company in marketing, actually. So you would think that I would, have a better handle on my marketing, but I just didn't. I knew there were some gaps. And so um, for me, it's all a matter of figuring out when is the right time to seek help to expand, because in my mind I was in a position to expand my business, and I knew part of that expansion had to be the marketing aspect of it. If I was going to expand, people had to know who I was.
Mm.
People in the area had to know who Design was. That it needed to be a familiar name in the industry. And I didn't necessarily know how to get there on my own. And again, there's only so much time in a day. So if, as a solopreneur, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, that there just isn't that time in the day. And granted, there's time that you have to that I put in with working with you guys, but that was necessary time that I felt that I was going to be a bit busier to get to where I wanted to be. And so those were some of my biggest pain points, is that I wanted to grow. And I needed help doing that. And especially from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had a lot of boats out there. I mean, at the
Yeah.
time I think you had 20,000 followers. You had, I mean, there are a lot of pieces that you had out there, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the biggest thing, thing for me, and what you have said, is there is a lot of noise out there. And how do you figure out what you should be doing? And there's There's so many social media sites, and you just can't do it all. And for me, it was going through and figuring out where I should be based on my ideal client was huge for me. Instagram has always been my favorite, and luckily, it's something that works for me. So, yeah, I just love it. But figuring that kind of stuff out, I felt like I needed to stop spreading and having so many
Mm,
posts out there and really hone in on what is working. What's going to work for my business, what works for me, and hone in on that instead of having everything spread out.
absolutely. And so once you made that decision, once you had that clarity that you wanted support, you didn't have the time, nor did you want to spend the time trying to figure it out on your own, right? So
Yeah,
we connected, we
yeah.
started working together.
Hmm.
Can you share some of the things that have happened, if you will, or some of what's going on in business
Yeah.
now?
Oh, yeah. That's the best part. So when I started working with you guys, it almost felt like because I had built the business for a few years. I felt like I had, some of that knowledge, what I wanted to do. But it was like starting, we started at square one. And that was a big thing for me. And I came into the program very open. Tell me what I need to do and I will do it because, again, I don't have the time to think of you guys are the experts. Tell me what I need to do. So I came in with that attitude, and it really served me well throughout the whole process. And it was like, okay, we sat down, we started off by doing what's my ideal client, and honing in on what my end goal is, for the business
Hmm.
and long term, looking into the future. And that's important to me, as well as my own personal life. And the fact that you kind of played into both of those, because I feel like my business a lot of times does cross over in my personal life. But for me, the biggest thing was diving into that. And then I felt like I had the confidence to then go out there and reach out to these ideal clients. Um, and I had a couple of people come in, they weren't within that realm. And I was okay saying, no, this isn't a good fit. And I felt like, and I remember you said, what you need to grasp is by saying no to these clients that are not your ideal clients, it doesn't mean you're leaving anything on the table. It doesn't mean less people are going to come in. What it does mean is that it's going to be the right people that come in. And I remember that because I kept thinking that was my biggest thing. It's like if I don't take it on all of these clients,
Mm.
then what? Then I'm going to not have any business. So I was literally just sure, let's do this. And taking on all these clients when in reality that's not the case. So then it felt like for me it opened doors for that ideal client. And it did. It was almost like this instant. When I was reaching out to the right people and I had my name out there the way that you guys had suggested, I made the improvements to my website, that you guys helped with, um, all the copy we did. And now my pipeline is filled with my ideal clients from both a from both who they ideal based on the financial aspect of it and based on how they treat me and
Mm.
they really appreciate my expertise. And I didn't even know that that was a possibility. So
That you could
oh,
have
there's
both, right?
there's people out there that that will
But
actually treat me and what I do with respect. Um,
and
so
pay
yeah,
and respect it with money as well, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So and that for me was a big deal. Um, So yeah, that's and like I said, my pipeline's full of that. I have current clients that are so I just feel like I'm finally over that hump. It was like, how here I am, how do I get over the hump? How do I get over that hill where I want to be financially? Um, a little bit of that happier balance between work and life.
Mm,
How do I get there? And now I'm not fully there, but I also did just hire an assistant, which starts on Thursday. So with the increase of my income, what I'm bringing in, I'm now able to hire that assistant, and hopefully we can keep bringing in that, all that business. Well, I'm confident that we can bring in that business, but because everything is just kind of it is in order at this point.
mm,
But that's where I'm at, and I am feeling great about where we're at.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Sometimes, one of the things that really did stand out about you to me is how you did show up ready and open,
Hmm.
and the collaboration, right? Because we very much worked together. It was, um,
Yeah.
what did you want to achieve? Who did you want to work with? Understanding the area, and
Hmm.
making it happen, right? And you did it, and you're doing it, and you
Right.
continue to, which is part of it's a part of what makes getting up a pleasure every day. To be
Yeah.
perfectly honest.
Yeah, and to that point, that's what I loved the most about it. I mean, I loved a lot of things about it, but I loved that it was tailored to me and how I run my business, and not just interior design, and this is what you should be doing. Of
Mm,
course, there's some aspects of it that, there's
best
statistics, they
practices.
make sense. It's factual information. But as far as, where I wanted to take my business, because that's different from where someone else wants to take their business. They may be a couple years behind. They may not want to go where I want to go. They may not have the clientele or want the clientele that I want. They may be targeting somebody totally different than I do. And that's what's so important. I felt about working together was that it was tailored to me, and the exercises that we went through um, were exactly that. And then we discussed it, and then we implemented it. And yeah, I did come to the table completely like, I don't have the time to, like, you guys have created this program, you know what you're doing, and I'm here for it. Let's just do it.
Let's
Tell me
go.
what I need to do. And that's really the way to do it, because and that's how I try to approach a lot of things, especially in my business. And if I'm gonna do this for the most part on my own, I have to be willing and understand that, there's people with certain expertise out there, because that's the way I want to be treated as well as an expert. You know,
Yeah.
I'm hiring you for a reason, and show me the expertise and I will do it. Show me, it's same as the reason why people hire me. So,
Yes, exactly. Because,
mhm.
well, you're amazing. You're
Yeah.
amazing as a designer, as a business owner, as a person. And yeah, your ideal clients, they recognize it and they celebrate it, and they want to tell more people about it
Yeah,
that are
word of
just like
mouth.
them. And it's this beautiful, the reciprocity of it.
Yeah, word of mouth is a huge aspect of our business. So, I mean, and even just down to the little things of when to send thank you notes, and it's those small things. So my one of my clients lived in Boston. She's a current client. Oh my gosh! And here's the thing: I based a lot of my marketing on this couple, and they came. So they're back to me to work with. So this is like amazing, full circle, right? So they were in Boston. They're now moving here local. But for a while they were in Boston while we were renovating their home. Now they're here and we're continuing on with the renovation. But when they got there, when the family got to their home, I had sent them some flowers and a welcome home, and it was so well received. So just down to like those little things, those are the things that are going to get her to, I mean, you obviously have to do a really good job. Or the flowers don't mean anything. But it's those it's those little things, those extra little things that, and she's like, "Oh, I really needed this today." And I made sure to not send it on the day that they were moving in because that's a hectic day. I made sure to even do it a couple of days after so that, they were settled a little bit. And, she sent a picture of them, and when I saw her the next time, she gave me a hug. And like those are the things that, just those little extra things that you remind us to do that you forget to do, and now I even have it on my calendar to send, yeah, to send, like referral type thank you notes and that kind of stuff, and thinking of you. And so word of mouth is huge.
So awesome. So awesome.
Yeah.
Erin, oh, it's so awesome. Oh gosh. Okay. So sometimes designers who might be in a similar situation, right? They're hesitant, or they have some resistance of taking the next step, of
Yep.
investing in themselves, of investing in getting their marketing in order, of investing in working with experts who really just are focused on their own, like, what are your goals? How do we make it happen?
Yep.
The resistance can come from, they're not sure about making the investment. No one else no other designers they know are doing this.
Right.
Did what would you say to them? Did you have any resistance? And if so, how did you get over it?
Um, I of course the resistance comes most often with the financial aspect, right? Um, but I wouldn't say resistance. It's just a matter of knowing your marketing dollars and what you want to
Mhm.
allocate. Um, and I spent probably a couple of years kind of trying to get my head wrapped around the fact that um, if this business is going to go anywhere, again, going back to the expertise, I need to rely on other experts to get me there,
Yeah.
because I didn't I didn't want I wasn't in a position to hire, and that's not what I needed. I wasn't in the position to um, hire an assistant or design assistant at the time, and that's not necessarily what I needed. I needed to grow my business first from a marketing aspect, and then
Have the
work in
pipeline. Yeah.
and have a pipeline. So in order to get there, you have to realize that there are options out there to get you there. And that is the expertise of other people. And sure, there's always going to be that financial aspect, but if you look at what you get in return,
Mm.
you have to figure out, is it worth the return? And yes, if that, and what I thought when I was going into the program is, if my goal is to get into this higher financial bracket for clientele, if I have to pay a certain amount to get there, it's going to pay off in the long run, right? Because I'm going to get that higher paying clientele, and they're going to pay me more for what I do. Um, and so I think you just need to look at it from that aspect. If your goal is to build your business, if your goal is to get recognized for a certain thing or a certain aspect of your business, you have to invest in yourself. Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, if any designer, if you're watching this and you think, man, yeah, I know that I am ace. I'm amazing at what I do. I deserve to be to be working with clients who recognize it, both again from an investment in their design projects, as well as who, as a person and the commitment, because you're not being an interior designer is not something you do, it's who you are.
Yeah.
And that recognition from clients. So if you're watching this and you're like, man, I'm ready, I'm done, I don't want to figure this out myself.
No, don't
Right?
figure it out for yourself.
I want to save time, I want to save energy, I want to save money, and I want to go.
Yeah.
Then here's the first step. Breakthroughcall.us. This is Erin's first step. This is how this happened. And so, yeah, you just go for it. And look at that. Yep. Invest in yourself and your business. Couldn't agree more. So awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Miss Erin, you're amazing.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing yourself, sharing your story. And I'm so stoked for for all the developments and all the return, and that you're scaling, you're bringing on new people, the relationships you're making with, you shared with builders and ideal clients, and just so good.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this was awesome.
And I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.